What are you doing there, Captain?
Trying to jack this rig up to fix our broken ladder bar. We've got a fracture beside a weld, so I gotta weld that up. And I've got some triangulated.
Oh, you can kind of see the fracture there.
And I've got some triangulated gusset plates. After I do that, I'm gonna get fogged on there.
No, think that's enough?
I think it should add a whole lot of strength. I think the anti-roll bar is gonna pay off much more.
The anti-roll bar will help. This will be a pretty good outfit, I'm thinking.
Just jacking it up so I can get the wheels off of it. Make it easier to get into the back side of that weld both sides.
We could take that ladder bar right off too.
Well, I would have to take both ladder bars off because I gotta weld both of them.
Well, I was more thinking about that one just to get around the crack and inspect it better.
I mean, I can do a fairly good job of tire up for sure.
You should see as you go.
Yeah. Well, we lowered our top end boost and try and make it just run the whole way, I guess. So
We didn't get our parts, so it is what it is.
try the same tune-up. See.
But how much you take out of the back of it?
I took 3 pounds of dome off of it. We'll see if it's enough. It might not be.
Probably not, but we'll find out.
We'll find out.
Boost on the line, or is it
No,
just?
that burnout was shit.
Well, the burnout, yeah,
The burnout was the entire reason the car didn't go.
maybe.
It shook the shit out of the tires.
Oh, it did. It dead spun, but you pedaled it and it caught.
Yeah. Oh, it was like we're gonna lose doors and shit. It was shaking.
Did it act like you had enough boost up track, or enough fuel up track?
It kind of missed and then came back into itself. I don't know if I was just low RPM and it was just not happy. As soon as the RPM came up, it was fine.
Well, look at the data. We didn't get our parts.
Nope.
Found
We
out-
went the same speed we went last week.
Found out we maybe didn't need the parts. Totally.
More sensors.
More sensors.
Big fuel injection, guys.
So what do we got now? Another bad TPS?
Throttle position sensor and the
Wideband.
wideband, yeah.
Yeah.
The oxygen sensor, which that's pretty typical, and
It's not shocking, but it is what it is.
so, long story short, our way to get around that is it tried to do the fuel cut thing again on the first run I made. I pedaled it, I got back in it, I shifted when I hit third gear, it kind of broke up, didn't make any sense. Said that it was throwing a bunch of fuel at it and it went lean. And then
Yeah.
it recovered after that and just started running normally. And then we were amongst talking to a few people,
Yeah.
figured that they said, well, you know, it could just be that sensor. And I'm like, yeah, but like it shouldn't run that bad for
Yeah, but it
adding-
had a weird lean spot that came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It just,
So, and
and then came back.
To me, it wouldn't have ran that bad richening it, but evidently it did. So I limited the amount that the sensor could compensate to 5% from 20% positive because it was just throwing all the fuel at it, and it ran perfectly the rest of the day.
Yeah.
So we didn't see any dips in fuel pressure, so that did kind of, you know, you would think if the fuel rail was running dry, you wouldn't have pressure at the regulator.
But the anti-roll bar did add.
The anti-roll bar added us. I still believe we have a bit of tuning to do on that, but that was interesting. Our first pass, it spun the tire quick enough that it didn't matter.
Yeah.
But the second pass, it definitely did steer the car.
It hooked and it pushed you off
Yeah, it
hardcore to the wall.
It pushed to the left really hard. So in that, we adjusted a little bit on the.
A little bit being the key word.
Yeah, it was not much.
It didn't
I
take
still
anything.
believe we need a little bit more.
Maybe, but I mean, it went pretty straight after that.
So slight turn on the anti-roll bar, and then what we did throughout the day was tighten the shocks and took the weight out and tighten the shocks more.
Yeah.
The last video,
the weights out of the truck.
the last pass we don't have a video of, which,
No, we had a disaster
Yeah, we
day
had a
doing
terrible film
video. I mean, we shit everything there.
but it was consistently getting, it slowed down for the fastest pass of the day. The 60-foot was slower, but we were just kind of slowly making steps towards where we needed to be.
We were trying to go faster to the 330.
The end of the day, we were still down 5/1000ths to the, or, yeah, 5.
and I was running 535. I mean, what?
Anyway, we were down.
it
We were down just a hair to the
Yeah.
60-foot, and it was just really, I think, because we had tire spin. And you'll see
the track wasn't as good.
and we'll see on the
Saturday.
535 video, it would lift the nose out of the hole, and then it went into some tire spin. It set the nose down, and it picked the nose back up, and then, you
I
know,
thought you
so
said you sent me a video of the good run.
I just sent you. the
Yeah,
video.
so we'll
You'll
build
have the
that
video.
if it works.
But you'll see, it'll pull the nose up, set the nose back down, pull the nose back up, and that was because of tire speed. But
And then
so all we were messing with was really tire speed, and then I turned the boost up between the 60 and the 330, and the track wasn't really
it
as
tried
good
hard.
as it could have been.
It tried hard to hold it that last run when it cut off on us.
There was a lot of
When the
street,
TPS
a lot
died
of
again.
street rubber and stuff
Right.
like that. And I just drove it and it shook the heck out of the tires. And then I went to pedal it and the throttle position sensor just said, well, we're done here.
And then there's Brian. Really frustrating. We can go 11:05, 11:06.
Yep.
Now he's got a power glide in there for a dragster, and it's got a first gear that's a mile long. You go to the 8th before you shift it.
It needs like 1,500 horsepower for
I was
that
just
thing. Like,
trying to trick the damn thing into going a 1099 just to make everybody happy. Could not get there.
No way.
Kept getting better. Couldn't get there.
I mean, I think we know for one thing, the tire's definitely way too tall for the car.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, but I mean, it
You
wouldn't
know,
matter. It
I
wouldn't
feel
matter
like-
with a low first gear.
I feel like a ratio change or a first gear would definitely get us there. So, I mean, yeah, Brian's super close. I mean, he's got like an 11.0 bracket car. So
Really
that's-
good one.
So that's cool. But yeah, no, we got to just figure it out. And,
Anyway,
I
we'll.
mean, he has the technology to make some changes, and maybe a shorter tire would be all it would take to get the place.
We'll shut this off when Travis comes into the tractor and makes a bunch of noise. All right.